Welcome, everybody out there in your homes and all over Australia and the world who've logged in to join us this evening. My name is Jacinta Parsons, and I'm going to be your MC this evening for this very special live crowdfunding event in support of Kids First Australia. I'd like to begin by acknowledging the traditional owners of country throughout Australia and recognise their continuing connection to land, waters and culture. We pay our respects to their elders past, present and emerging. For those joining us from around the world, we extend that recognition and respect to the traditional owners of the land on which you are joining us from tonight. Since this is a virtual format and it can be unpredictable, please be patient, have a laugh with us if things don't go quite as smoothly as we hope. Usually it will always work out in the end, but stick with us if anything does emerge throughout the next small amount of time that we're together this evening. Tonight's event is powered by the Funding Network, which is an Australian-based non-profit that brings people together for good. We are thrilled to be supporting Kids First to raise much needed funds for their critical work. Tonight's event is made possible thanks to the generosity of our event partners, CURIO and our very own. Thank you so much for your ongoing support. We've got a fast-paced program planned for you, and to get us started, I'd like to invite President of Kids First Australia, Sandy Forbes, to say a few words.
Thank you so much, Jacinta, and a very, very warm welcome to all of you. I would like to also acknowledge the traditional custodians of the many lands where we're meeting. I'm on the land of the Wurundjeri people, part of the Kulin Nation, and I want to pay my respects to their elders past, present and emerging. I'm sure there isn't anyone in the room, virtual, that hasn't been aware of how much this year has challenged all of us. The Kids First team has continued to work throughout the pandemic to deliver services to children and their families. They've shown an amazing willingness to deliver the services and great resilience, and I want to acknowledge their commitment to delivering all of the work that they've been able to deliver, and that they can then make sure that children thrive, that young people can recover from trauma, and that the cycle of violence can be broken. Like many, we've not been able to run our usual fundraising events, so tonight is really important to enable us to continue our innovation and continuous improvement of services to meet the needs of contemporary families. So on behalf of the board and the team at Kids First, thank you for coming, and in anticipation for your generous support this evening. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Sandy. We've got to sort of hold position until we re-emerge onto the screen. Let's get to it. It's so nice to see everybody already saying hi to everybody in that chat room. That's where we're going to have a lot of fun a bit later as well. You're going to be hearing from three amazing project leaders who will be telling you about the work that they're involved with. They're again going to ask you for your support. Each presenter will have 5 minutes to tell you their story, and then they're going to answer your questions. You'll see on the screen that there is just down there a place to ask questions. It says ask a question, and you can either ask a question or you can vote on the ones that you would like to be asked. After we've heard from all three presenters, we're going to facilitate live pledging through the chat room. I'm going to give you more instructions when we get to that part of the program. So let's get started. We're going to meet our first presenter. Dr. Kathy Mendes is a child and family worker for Kids First. She describes seeing parents increase their confidence as the most satisfying part of her work. Tonight, Kathy is pitching for sensory kits for trauma recovery. Please welcome Kathy.
Good evening, everyone. When we welcome 2020, Who would have thought we would be working from home instead of visiting our clients? The sensory items I am going to talk to you about became even more important during the lockdown. We all experience the world through our senses, right? Touch, smell, and all. It comes to us naturally. However, most families we work with have children with emotional and behavioral difficulties, and they struggle to regulate their senses. At work, we have a sensory room. We take our client families to this room to focus, connect. During the lockdown, we couldn't use this. So we created sensory packs to send out to our clients. We put together a heat pack, stress ball, a bubble wand, and few other things to create a pack. Let me tell you how this works. Using pseudonyms, Carol has 3 children, Mia 10, Mitch 7, and Chad 3. Both Mia and Mitch have autism. Mitch has it severely. Carol told me at least once a day, Mitch has meltdowns. When he has this, he would pull his hair, scream, bang his head on the wall, all the time, non-stop squealing. So, nothing Carol does can help him pacify. This can go on and on for about an hour. An hour? Can you believe it? No wonder Carol gets to a point she can't take it anymore. She used to go to her room and shut the door. Then little Chad would also start crying because mommy has left him out. So we sent these packs, one of the pack, to Carol. Carol and I discussed how to use the items to calm everyone down. We have to be creative. Now Carol keeps this stress heart on top of her fridge. When she gets overwhelmed, when she feels tension in her neck and shoulder muscles, she knows that is the time to pick up the stress heart. She picks it up, keeps it in her hand like this. You know, the heart represents her children. So she covers this and she thinks, my children need me. I need to calm down. She gently starts to rub this, focusing on relaxing her muscles. This works for her. She tells me she can then go back to Mitch and help him to calm down. Depending on the intensity of Mitch's mood, she also gives a bubble wand sometimes. What do you have to do to blow bubbles? You have to take a deep breath and blow hard. Aha! That helps release stress too. The issue at the moment is we can only provide these kits to 2 of our families per worker. We have 12 families per worker at one given time. How can you choose just 2? So my plea for you is please help us. Give these packs to all our families. One pack costs only $20. If we have 10,000, we can make 500 packs. We can even add an item each for all children in the family, so they don't have to fight. Or we can even add a couple more items too. I can assure you, your kind donation will help us, help these families get through very tough days a little bit easier. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Kathy. You'll see you've got a lot of fans. People saying, "Go, Kathy. Kathy is the star." So many lovely comments. You'll have to look back over them when we're done. But this is an opportunity for everyone to ask questions of Kathy about the work that she does and how the money, where it will all go. And obviously, we've heard a lot about that now. But if you've got further questions, have a look at the Ask a Question section. Vote for them if you like them as well. But Kathy, I'm going to start off. I want to know how you come up with some of those great ideas for things like the blowing of the bubbles. Brilliant.
Yeah, so I can tell you all my colleagues are very creative. So we use our knowledge training, the scientific knowledge of how child behavior and certain conditions, and then we combine it with our imagination and start using some sort of simple ways for them to use so that they can release their stress and calm down.
Lovely. I love that imagination is equally as important as science as well. Now, Kathy, I've got a question here. Lots of people have voted for it. It comes from Delaney. How are the items chosen for the packs? I think you've sort of said that, but it'd be great to hear some more detail.
Yeah, so we at the moment we use these. We chose these items because heat pack. One is a heat pack. Anyone, mothers, fathers, and children all can use this to feel some soothing, and also these bubble wands. Children can use. Any child can use it, older or younger, and we also can add, if we are lucky, some of other items, something like chewable necklaces or fidgeting toys, because autism kids have traits, specific traits. They need to fidget, they need to chew something. So there are specifically designed toys or items as well for those particular things. So if we are lucky, we can add some more as well.
Wonderful. And Julie asked a question this evening as well. How many packs do you need to help everyone, do you think?
So my program is only one program. Kids First deliver dozens of amazing programs to our community. My program alone supports more than 100 women a year. So it could be hundreds and hundreds. Yeah.
It has been so wonderful to get to meet you this evening. Thank you very much again. Please read all the comments because you have been deeply loved this evening. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Wonderful. All right. Well, now it's time for our second presenter. Thomas Gould is a clinical practitioner for Kids First. He's been with Kids First for over 7 years and loves working with young people. Tonight, he will be pitching the Stand Up program. Please welcome Thomas.
Hi. Thanks everyone for logging on this evening and giving up a moment of your time to hear from us and the work we're doing. I want to start by seeing how many of you at home have children, grandchildren, heck, even no children. I would imagine there'd be quite a few of you out there. Did you know that the statistics tell us that sexual abuse is experienced by 1 in 5 girls and 1 in 12 boys? That means, at least statistically, every one of you either knows a child or has a connection to a child who has been sexually abused. I want to talk to you tonight specifically about sexual exploitation, an increasing form of sexual abuse. Now, when you think of sexual exploitation, I'm sure some of you think of a far-off, foreign problem involving the sex trafficking of women. And yes, that is a form of sexual exploitation. But the forms of sexual exploitation that we are talking about right now are a lot more insidious and involves our young people being forced or tricked into sexual activity. Often, these forms of exploitation can involve getting something in return, such as gifts, money, housing, or even affection. And I believe that everybody needs and deserves affection. but not at the cost of being sexually exploited. You see, sexual exploitation can occur in many ways. It could be a young girl persuaded by someone she thought cared about her to send nude images, and then those nude images being used to blackmail her. Or it could even involve a young boy who is dating a girl who is much older than him and doesn't understand the power dynamics involved in those relationships. You see, the impacts of sexual exploitation can be long-lasting, impacting on one's mental health, the capacity to build relationships, the value of self, and the ability to reach and achieve their goals in life. The reality is, exploitation does not target one type of person. Anyone and everyone who has a phone, who has communication with others, is within the scope of being a victim of sexual exploitation. This can occur to anyone, and we're not talking about an underprivileged young person or a marginalized group of people. We know this because we, as clinicians, see this firsthand with the young people we work with. And I think it's important to kind of stop now and kind of remember, none of us has ever, entered a relationship expecting they're going to be groomed or exploited. But it does happen. None of us think the worst of a relationship when we start, and none of these young people have either. So it's important to remember that. I think we can all agree that our children need and deserve the skills to overcome the risk of sexual exploitation. The program I'm here to share with you tonight is Stand Up. The content comes from our direct work with young people who have been exploited or groomed. Stand Up is a prevention program. It is the only one of its kind here in Victoria. Over the last 2 years, we have seen over 950 young people across 4 schools in the northern suburbs of Melbourne. Stand Up focuses on young people in a secondary school setting at the crucial stage of transition between childhood and adolescence. It is delivered across 4 sessions. Stand Up uses lived experiences and case scenarios. We provide skills to young people that they need to safely stand up for themselves and those around them when faced with these issues. We have provided information not only to the education system and sector, but along with the families of the young people we see. During the recent COVID lockdown, there was a 122% increase in child sexual exploitation reports. 122%. And we know that not everyone who experiences exploitation reports it. And despite this, we continue to rely on platforms such as the internet. Even tonight, for example. We need to address this issue head on. We need to use forms such as the internet to our advantage. We believe we can do this by creating an app that consolidates all the work that we do in the classroom, an app to help engage young people on another platform outside of the classroom, an app that young people can easily access at their discretion, privately, and at their own pace. It is our dream to see this program grow through the creation of an app that can help reach more young people. With the $15,000, we look to employ someone to create an easy-to-use app with our existing content, which is both user-friendly and, most importantly, safe for the young people. We know that this program works, and we know that the young people we see do agree. It's time we stand up. Stand up to child sexual exploitation. Thank you.
Thank you. Such shocking statistics to hear, and to recognise that, as you say, you're one of the only programs running in terms of this prevention. It's incredible. Please remember to ask a question. Tom is here to answer anything that you might be wondering about after you heard that brilliant presentation. And as well, Tom, you were described as a ripper on the chat here this evening. Lots of people and huge support for the work that you do and for you this evening. Look, let's start with a question coming from Kerry. What type of activities do you see the Stand Up app providing?
I guess when it comes to the actual app itself, a lot of that stuff would be guided by, consultation with young people. That's a big part of these programs, and I guess not only our delivery, but also when we foresee an app. So consulting with young people about what would be important for them and how they would like to be engaged with. Because we understand that with the internet, especially with apps, there is risk and danger around communicating with people. So navigating with them, like listening to them firsthand around what would be helpful for them.
How do young people and schools and parents that you've already worked with, how have they responded to the program?
I guess
Eileen has asked that question.
Eileen, yep. I guess firstly, a lot of the times, like I touched on earlier, a lot of the times parents believe, or even young people believe, it won't happen to them. And there's a lot of that kind of misunderstanding around it, I guess, and I guess not knowing the frequency of these kind of events and the stigma that comes alongside sometimes, whether it be sexual abuse or family violence. There's a lot of stigma that people hold around talking about these things openly. So I think when we talk about these things with families, it's about educating them around the need to not approach such areas with such stigma, to help encourage those to speak up and stand up for what's happening at the moment. So when we talk to families and those in the education system, they actually are quite open to the idea of talking about it, even though they might not think it affects them individually.
Fabulous. And one very last question before we let you relax, take a breath out this evening. What are the age groups that you're targeting? And in brackets, apologies if I missed this. This is from Andrea.
Oh, no problem. So we look at around the year 8 cohort in secondary school. So around that 14 to 15 kind of age, we've identified, and after consultation with young people, that, you know, year 7 for a lot of young kids is a very busy time. They're just trying to figure out who's who in the zoo at school. So we find at year 8, kids are a little bit more settled and a bit more receptive to, you know, the things we're there to talk about. So we find that at the year 8 level, it's a bit more kind of, it sticks with them a bit more. And we find that's, I guess, the best range to kind of target these groups at.
Hey, thank you so much for that wonderful presentation. Thank you for your work. Enjoy yourself.
Thanks for that.
Have a read of those lovely comments for you, because sure, it's a lovely thing for you to reflect upon. Tom there will be looking forward to supporting the work that Tom does with Kids First. Now, moving on to our third and final presenter for tonight's event. Lisa Ferguson leads the team at Kids First Kindergarten in Seymour. The service opened just this year. Tonight, she is pitching mentoring mums in Seymour. Please welcome Lisa. There she comes.
Here I am.
There you are.
Thanks, Jacinta. Kids first, children first. I'd like to introduce you to Jasmine and her mother, Fiona. Jasmine is 4 months old and lives with her single mother, Fiona. Fiona lived in a Victorian seaside town until she was relocated to Seymour due to domestic violence. When Fiona's ex-partner assaulted her for the last time, she was 7 months pregnant. She was placed in a safe house in metropolitan Melbourne. It is while she was staying here that Jasmine was born. She was then allocated a house in Seymour when Jasmine was 1 month old. Seymour is 4 hours away from her hometown. That is where her family and her friends are. Fiona does not have any friends in Seymour. She has no family. She has no transport, and she certainly has no support network. To go back to her hometown to live could put herself and Jasmine in danger from her former partner. It could also jeopardise her custody of Jasmine. So Seymour it is. Seymour has a higher percentage of children who are developmentally vulnerable compared to the rest of Victoria in all areas. Vulnerability in the area of language development is nearly 10% higher. Emotional development is 5% higher than the state average. This in turn means that attendance in school and kindergarten for some children is very low. These children tend to leave school at an early age, which then results in intergenerational poverty. I have experienced this firsthand. I'm a kindergarten teacher in Seymour. The Mentoring Mums program has the potential to avoid Jasmine falling into these statistics. Kids First values is heart, hope, empowerment, accountability, respect, and trust. Imagine what hope and empowerment would mean for Fiona and baby Jasmine. The Mentoring Mums program will support Fiona and in turn Jasmine. The program has been proven effective in reducing psychological distress, supporting mothers' mental health, and enhancing infant wellbeing. Mentors are women who are mums or have experience engaging with children, providing peer support for the participants. Mentoring Mums is a program supported by volunteers. Vulnerable mums are matched with a volunteer mentor to give mums additional support with their needs and goals. When a mentor first meets a mum, they encourage them to set goals for themselves. For some mums, the goal is just to leave the house to run errands and do shopping. The impact of the trauma some mums and children endure from previous relationships restricts them from even doing this, leaving the home. Imagine not feeling comfortable and safe to do one of the most simplest things, like walking out the door to go and do the groceries. A regular visit from a mentor sees them checking in, listening and supporting mothers who are experiencing challenges like this. They offer them support and information relating to their child and encourage playtimes and ways to build and nurture the parent and child relationship. Often when there has been trauma, the relationship between the mother and child can be adversely affected. The mentor supports the mum and child with attending their appointments, such as maternal and child health visits, doctor's appointments, and even activities such as playgroup, and also things like learning the local public transport system. The mentors are local mums with local experience and knowledge of the area, and they empower the mother by sharing this information onto her, reducing the level of isolation that the mum is experiencing. They support and encourage the mum to network with local people so they can socialise with others. Hope and empowerment. The current support networks in Seymour, whilst are wonderful, they are limited and are delivered by professionals. There is a strain on these kind of services in Seymour, as most are based in Shepparton. There is currently no peer support services like this based in Seymour. $15,000 would provide an income for a practitioner to facilitate implementing this program to the Seymour area. While Mentoring Mums program is primarily to support vulnerable mothers and children, it will also benefit the wider community, with mums being provided with the tools and resources, given practical and invaluable knowledge, empowering them and giving them hope. The Mentoring Mums program has the potential to break cycles of vulnerability. With your support and heart, children's lives will be improved. Thank you.
And again, thank you. What a incredible presentation about some really amazing work that you're doing. So thank you so much.
Thanks,
Remember,
Jacinta.
questions are here if you would like to ask one. We have got one here already from Delaney, who says, how does one become a mentor?
Okay, so an interesting thing about that, Jacinta, since this has been advertised on Facebook, I've had 3 mothers approach me from the kindergarten and ask me, what is this program and what does it do? How can I sign up to be a mentor? Because they can relate to the feelings of isolation and things that vulnerable mothers do feel. So certainly volunteering within our Seymour Family and Children's Centre hub, we have maternal and child health nurse, we have that Our Place team, so I'm sure we'll get referrals for mentors throughout the time.
Wonderful. Carolyn wants to know, how do you support the volunteer mentors?
Okay, so Kids First Australia has a volunteer supporter, which is Delaney Watts. So she's there, and also the practitioner that will receiving these pledges for, they will be there to support them also. So that the mentors actually get training, and so there's that team approach to the program.
Wonderful. One last question before I let you go and relax yourself. Do you see the program being based at the kinder to integrate mums into the play groups, etc.?
Look, we do see it being based at the kinder, essentially, because it's a beautiful hub, our Seymour Family and Children's Centre. So we do see it based there, but the mentors actually go to the mums' homes and take them out from there. So
wonderful. You need to also read the wonderful messages that have come through supporting not only your work, but that wonderful presentation this evening. You get to go and relax now.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lisa. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy tonight as we show you the huge amount of support and the passion that we feel for the work that is being done. So some incredible stories from three incredible people who are making a difference. So what we get to do now is work together to fund these projects. This is how pledging works. And I did see that this is the first time that some people have ever been to a live funding pledging thing. So let's have a look together. We're going to invite an advocate for each program up to the screen to tell you why they support Kids First and to kick off the pledging. They will then open it up to everyone watching. If you would like to make a public pledge, and I encourage you to do so, because this is the whole nature of this, is that we work together to make a really big impact as one community. Enter your name and the amount that you would like to pledge in the chat box, and I'm going to read it out for you. Don't worry if I miss your pledge. We're going to go back through the chat box after the event and make sure that everyone's pledge is counted. But I do a pretty good job. So hopefully we'll definitely get a chance to read out and celebrate the collective contribution that we're able to make. We're going to go through each program in the same order that they presented. So what you need to do, even though your enthusiasm will have you just, throwing money left, right, and centre, you're going to need to save the pledge that you would like to make for the particular program until we are collecting for that program. Hopefully that makes sense. When we're done, we'll do a quick second round. So if you decide, oh, that's right, I have $1 million and I forgot about it, here you go. We will have an opportunity to add that to our total if you'd like to make some final pledges at that point. They're all tax deductible, which is fantastic, and pledges can start from just $100. There's no upper limit, so, don't be shy. And by sharing your pledge, you're going to also inspire others to give as well. But if you are shy, and that is totally understandable, and you would prefer to give privately, you can donate directly on the Kids First website or by texting your pledge to the number posted in the chat room, which you can see there on the side. I'm excited to announce that our generous event partners have contributed a combined $7,500 to the match funding pool. That means that each program will be matched by your donations with $2,500 because of their generosity. And it's so much fun to see those early pledges just double in their ferocity. We'd sincerely like to thank David Bowser and the CURIO team and our very own. Okay, let's get started. This is the fun part. We're going to start with the Sensory Kits program that you heard Dr. Kathy Mendes tell us about earlier in the evening. Their advocate is Abir Ellis. Unfortunately, Abir couldn't be with us tonight, so I'm going to read out a statement on her behalf. She says, "Good evening." She also says, I am a client of Kids First, and I'm very happy to support this organisation. When we couldn't come in to see our key worker because of COVID-19, Kids First sent out a sensory pack to use with my child. They also taught us how to use the items. They have made a difference to my family, especially their stress ball that has helped to calm my child. I know the packs could benefit many other families too. I would like to pledge $300. Please join me in supporting Kids First, and thank you. So Abia, wonderful. Thank you so much. We're sad you couldn't be with us tonight, but you were certainly here with us in spirit. Pledging $300. And now we get to have fun, and I'm going to read out your pledges that will come through. It is so much fun to do this together. I like our color combination. Josie said, let's kick it off with $50. Thank you, Josie, very much for that pledge this evening. Kerry Aldridge has also said, I'm good for $50. Thank you very much, Kerry. Peter Mendes, I feel like you might know somebody in this situation here, Peter. $100 from the Mendes boys. Ah, that's wonderful. Thank you. Timothy Fagan, $100 to the sensory packs. A proxy pledge for Joe Peck, $100. Thank you very much. Declan Murphy, $100. Thank you very much. The real Sandy Forbes, because there's a fake Sandy Forbes in there. I saw it earlier. Somebody is Sandy Forbes who's not really Sandy Forbes. So the real Sandy Forbes would like to add in $300. Thank you very much. Leonie McNichol, $300. Eileen Ash, thank you very much. Well, Eileen, it's Eileen, $100. Marsha Scott, $50. Thank you very much. Annie Head is also contributing $20 tonight. We've got a pledge here from Mentoring Mums. I'm just getting it back up because as I told you, I was really good at it. Now I've lost it. Mentoring Mums is a fabulous idea. We'll do that in a minute, Andrea. So hold on to that if you can wait till we get to Mentoring Mums. Lucy Cochran says, $150, please, from me. Claire Lombardi, it's a proxy pledge for, let me just get back up there. I apologize again for Beverly Fagan, $100. Thank you very much. Brad Cunningham, thank you, $300. And look at us already, busting away here at $4,240. $500, thank you much, Sarah and Ross. Appreciate it very much. I've read out Brad Cunningham. I feel like you did it twice, Brad, but you meant it once. Unless you would like to correct me on that, we won't add it twice. Wendy Brooks and Partners, $200. Thank you very much. Anna Black, $100. David McGee, $100. Simon Hutchings, thank you, $200. Tracy Trindle, $60. Thank you very much. $100 on behalf of all of us at TFN, but I'm looking for 5 matches from people happy to be out of the Victorian lockdown. And today, when we have succeeded here, if you're a Victorian, you will know how happy you feel today as we have no active cases in this state currently right now. A proxy pledge as well for Kezia Matheson, $100. Thank you very much. I'll match Aileen on $100. Oh, not yet. We'll do that in a minute. Jackie Modern, if you could come back when we're doing that wonderful project, that would be great. Joe Fisher, $100. And we say, thank you, Joe. Karen says $50 from us. Thank you, Karen. Casey, $50. Robin McNichol, $100. And it's looking very, very good. Connie Vayano is $100. Thank you. That's a proxy pledge there for Connie. Thank you very much. Hey, Chris, don't forget to thank me too, says Josie. So, Chris, if you could get onto that, I'll be Chris. Thanks, Josie. If that's how Chris sounds. $100 from Morty and Nikki Bromberg as well. Thank you very much, Morty and Nikki. What a great set of names. Therese Johnson says $50 in my name, please. $100 from Ben and Bron. Cool that you get to hang out together, be Ben and Bron. Very good. $100 from Erica and Sia. Thank you very much. And Christine Fagan says, Josie Fagan, it is you. Thank you. Proxy pledge from the Smith kids for $200. Brilliant coming through this evening. And look at us. $6,930. But there is, of course, more. Paul and Jeanette Fine. It could be all, but I feel like there's more to your name. than that. But $100, thank you very, very much for that contribution. Really a brilliant way to begin tonight's proceedings. Sam Forbes says $50, please. And we say thank you, Sam, very much for your contribution. Very good. We are raising money right now for sensory kits and the great project that we heard earlier about. We have some Mendes children in the house, which is very exciting. $7,080 raised thus far, which is great. I wonder if there is any more in the side of the couch where you find most of your money these days, as you weren't able to go out during lockdown for most of the time. Imagine all that money that you saved. Just mentioning it at this point when we are thinking about raising money for the work that is done. And it's always really important to remember, you know, in our name, on our behalf, in our community, that work is being done to ensure that our children are cared for in the way that Kids First does, and those sensory kits this evening. Let's see how we go. See if there's any little bits of money just floating around. Just look up, look around, see if there's another, you know, a couple of thou lying around easily. Christine says, yes, all the Fagans, who are very good people, $100 from more Fagan people. I have heard the Fagans are particularly good people, as evidenced this evening as well. Very clear to see. Very, very good people. So that's taken us to a very good and healthy amount, $7,180 for sensory kits. Just such a wonderful way to support. Claire Lombardi says $100 from the Lombardi family, another good family, the Lombardis. Fagans are great, Lombardis are great too. Josie says, I wonder if you meant this, Josie, $59. Was that a slip of the finger, or is that what you found? Which is a great contribution, and we're very, very grateful. $59, Josie, thank you very much. Arthur Apted, $250 from Bunny Island Lamb and Wool. Thank you, Arthur, very much for that. Another great name. And Leonie McNichol says, I'll put in another $200 if Smithy puts in $200. So we'll just wait for Smithy's response here. Leonie is holding out some money, ready to go. Jennifer says $100 too. Tony says, shame on you, McNichol. Okay, another $200. That's from Smithy. Very, very good. Thank you very much. Kerry Ryan, $200 from the Clock family. Thank you, Kerry, and the Clock family, I should say. And $100 from the Nicholas family. Thank you, Jenny, for putting that through for us. And look at that already, bang. And we're $8,389. Kate Linton says, $100 from Linton's. I like that we've got these just cool crews of people who happen probably to be families rolling out as crews right now. And I do like that you are all wonderful people. Now, Smithy might need one of those packs, says Simon. Very good. Thank you, Simon. Indeed. It was very compelling, actually, in many ways. $8,489 is what we have raised this evening for sensory kits, which is brilliant. Anita says, no, that's not how much we've raised. We have raised $100 more than what I've previously said, thanks to Anita and the Sharmas. I'm just going to say all the Sharmas are involved in what just happened then. Really good. All right. What do we think? Should we get it to a kind of even place that makes us feel a little bit more comfortable? $8,589. If you would like to add anything to that to sort of get us somewhere special, I'd be grateful. Really, I would. But happy for us to move on in just a moment. I'm just feeling it though. And it feels good. Let me tell you, it feels really good. I feel like we've got a lot of joy. All right. Oh, hang on. Sandy, is it the real Sandy Forbes? No, it's the pretend Sandy Forbes. It's the John Rimmer version, who says $200. He's coming up under Sandy Forbes and no one knows why, including Sandy Forbes. Julie says, look, she's going to round it up. Thank you, Julie, and we love you so much for that. $11 to get us to a beautiful looking number. But Sonia Nicolazzo says, $100 more, which is so close to a nice even number, isn't it? Frank and Sonia, thank you. Good duo, you two. That's what they all say about Frank and Sonia. Good people. We know good people when we see it, don't we? Okay, I'm going to take a deep breath. I am just going to suggest gently, with a full and open heart of love, that if we just had 100 more, that would be $9,000, and that would be really good. And the Mendes children, they're watching, and they would be very happy, and we would all be very happy. Linton says $1. No, Linton. Bernard Murphy says he will give another 100 if Erica Reigler does too. So Linton pressed it too early. $100. Thank you, Linton, which takes us to 9,000. But Bernard Murphy, Erica, are you there? Can you let us know? We're happy to wait. We can all wait here all day. No. Erica, I'll do it if I'm not called Erica. Eric. Of course you're not Erica. You're Eric. So I do believe we did get a confirmation there. Massive apologies. We've got Sandy Forbes, who's not Sandy Forbes. It's actually John Rimmer. We've got Erica, who's not Erica. It's actually Eric. So much going on. $9,200 for those wonderful sensory kits. Give yourself a pat on the back. Hang on. Smithy, I'm happy. Okay. Eric, another 100 from Eric. Good work. Tony, Smithy, we are not calling Eric. Erica, that's done. Done with that. $9,300 is a wonderful way to start this Tuesday evening here. Congratulations. We're coming back, though. So if this is just a little warm-up, we'll come back for another quick round and see if we have anything more riveting to do. Well done. I feel excited about that. That's a good start. Now, let's raise some funds for the stand-up program that Thomas pitched for earlier this evening, a wonderful presentation. The advocate for this program, I don't have to speak for, Tony Smith. Smithy is here with us this evening. Somehow he joins us. There he is.
Hi, Jacinta. Hello, everyone. My name's Tony Smith, sometimes referred to as Smithy, according to Leonie McNichol, and it's my pleasure to be the advocate for the stand-up program tonight. And I don't really think I have that much to say, because I think Thomas did such a wonderful job in describing the problem. That was certainly something that back in the days of when I was going to school, there was no such thing as social media. But describing the problem that the children face today, which we would never have contemplated. And certainly the evidence that he supported his presentation with was at times startling, frightening even. So my job is not really to further advocate. I think Thomas did a great job. And I note that currently Kids First has rolled the program out to 400 Year 8 students. Now, if we get behind the program, we can get out and support many more students at many more schools. And with the advent of an app, well, obviously the scale can be increased dramatically. And the more we roll out the program, the more evidence we can collect. The more evidence we collect, the more we can take that evidence and insights back into developing the program to become even more effective. And hopefully in that way, create a whole generation of very healthy relationships among the children. So pardon the pun, but I'd like everyone in the room to stand up tonight and support the program of Stand Up at Kids First. And let's really make a difference to make sure that young children aren't being exploited. And whatever the amount is, please pledge it. And I'd like to kick off with $500. And I know that Bernard Murphy will be the first to match it. Thanks, Jacinta.
I stood up. I better sit down.
Okay, you're ahead of the game.
Positive, Smithy, to what you want. I did it. Tony there, brilliant. Beginning with
But did you put any money on the table, Jacinta?
I'm waiting for Murphy to get there. Come on.
Okay.
You know what's going on. Brendan Murphy. Is that who we're waiting for? No, it's very good. Thank you very much, Tony, for your wonderful contribution. We're already up to $1,000. $100 from Mark McKeon. If you get Smithy off quick, I don't know if I won that amount of money, but let's take it for anyway. Leonie McNichol says, me too, $500. Thank you, Leonie. Funding Network, 500 advocate pledge for Stand Up. Thank you. Oh, we did that. Sorry, that was me just reading what we've already done. Jenny says, hi, Tony. John and I happy to pledge $200 if you do a shirt button. Terrible. If you do up a shirt button, Smithy. We didn't get onto that. So $100 from us if he shaves it. Look, no. That's from Sarah and Ross. Thank you, Sarah and Ross. $100. Share the love. $100 from Jenny. Linton Dean says $250. Brilliant. Kate Linton, $200 for another fab program. Bernard, we're calling for you. Eric, $50 from Erica and another $50 from Eric. Isn't it great having more than one of you around? Tony has said button done up, Jenny and John. Sarah and Ross, I'm off to get them. Okay, very good. $500. Incredible. $100. Great job, Smithy, says Katie. Very good. This is already $5,150. Fantastic. Did we actually get Murphy? Is that who we're after? Bernard Murphy? What was going on there? Oh, hang on. I feel like something happened with Bernard Murphy. I just saw something. The real Sandy Forbes says, great job, Tom and Smithy, $300. Kerry Aldrich, thank you, $50 from Kerry. Sorry, you must have had a little heart palpitation then when I read that out incorrectly. $50, greatly received. Thank you, Kerry. And then a different Kerry who spells her name, the same as Kerry, $200. That's Kerry Ryan. Thank you very much, Kerry Ryan. A proxy pledge from Lucas Foxton, $100. And we say thank you for a great name as well, Simon. Hutchings, $200 from the Hutchings family. Another good group of people. Let me just tell you that. Proxy pledge from Colonel Parikh, $100. Thank you very much. The wonderful Tracy Trindle, $50. Thank you very much, Tracy. $250 from Amanda McGee. Great name. $50 for Stand Up, says Therese Johnstone. $50 from the Black family. Great crew. Everyone says it. $50 from Maddie Forbes. Thank you very much for that. Aileen Ashford. Still, I hope I am saying your name correctly, $100. Look at us already. $6,750. Bernadette, $50. Jennifer. Oh, hang on. Not 4,100. 100. Very good. Somebody erase that because it gets exciting. It's still very exciting. $100. Wonderful. Leanne Rodriguez, $50. Thank you very much. So hang on. Leonie says, just to be clear, I've matched Smithy's $500 through Leonie McNichol. Brilliant. Thank you very much. The Farquharson family say $50 from us. And I thank you very much, Margaret. Annie Head, $30. Thank you. Di, $50. Smitty, Macca, I'll put in another $100 if you match it. If only we knew who Macca was. Is it McNichol? Is that who Macca is? Anita Peng, so it says $100 from Anita and Shangzhou. $50 for Stand Up from Casey. Thank you very much. $7,330. Very good. Okay, done another $100. Well done, Tom, says Mark McKeon. Is that Macca? Paul and Jeanette, fine. Something. $100 from us. Thank you very much, Paul and Jeanette. I'm Macca. Oh, that is Macca Mark. Of course. Of course you are. Macca Mark there this evening. Did we hear from Bernard? No, who? Murphy. Please fill me in about that. $7,530 is where we are, which is a very good place to be. Very good. Nick says $300. Great work, Tom, from Nick Reed. Thank you, Nick Reed. Good work. I like how you're all Space Invaders. I haven't thought about that before. $7,830. Sonia and Frank said $100. Thank you, Sonia and Frank. Great team, those two. And Julie, $100. My Christmas gift to my godson Peter in Ireland. Anyone else got godchildren? And yes, did you want to pledge in their name? Which is a brilliant challenge, Julie. A really important reflection, in fact, the children in our lives that we care for and are looking for. And as Tom pointed out, this is an important program for a huge number of people to get involved with. And if only the app could be created, then yes, this would be something that we could all access. $50 on behalf of my son, Alec Lombardi. Thank you very much, Claire. Wonderful. Any other godchildren or children? $8,080. It's fantastic. I'm with Sandy Forbes, says John Rimmer. It makes me laugh every time. $200. I love it. $8,280. John Rimmer doing what Sandy Forbes would want him to do, as he is currently Sandy Forbes. John, do you know Sandy very well? This is so intriguing. $50 in the name of my noble hound, Willow. What a good name for a dog too, Alex. Thank you very much. Bernard Murphy will put in another $500. So we have had it happen. If Smithy digs even deeper, the first 500 was through Leonie McNichol, the other Macca, as we have logged it in her name. Great. All right, so Bernard's going to go again. How far can you dig, Smithy? I love that we can't see it, but we can imagine him. But he's buttoned up to here right now. How much will he dig in? And Bernard will do $500 more. Again, we can wait all night, Smithy. Oh, the real Sandy Forbes. Oh, hang on. JR knows Sandy very well. Let's ask no more questions on that one. That one is now for not speaking about the way I am. We're waiting for Smithy. This is what we're waiting for. Tony Smith, as he is known more professionally. Is he there? Carolyn has said Sandy and JR. Cool it. Cool your jets. Bernard Murphy, we'll say it again, we'll put in another 500 if Smithy digs even deeper. Here he is. I will come to the party and top up my contribution to $1,000 if Bernard sings the Richmond theme song on New Year's Eve. He told me that he would. So that's an extra $500 from Smithy. And Bernard Murphy has also thrown in another $500. Oh, what a horrible thing you have to do, though, Bernard. And I apologize on behalf of everyone. $200 from Morty and Nikki Bromberg, another great duo of our time. Look at this, $9,530 is a very good way to spend a Tuesday. $9,530, brilliant. So we sit in meditation just to wonder, is there any more money that you would like to pledge for this wonderful program that Tom spoke so passionately about, that Smithy was equally as passionate about and supporting? We've currently raised a wonderful $9,530. I did hear Tom say something about $15,000 and a programmer, but that's something to keep in the back of our mind. So Bernard Murphy has confirmed, poor Bernard Murphy, to sing one of the worst songs ever written, the Richmond football theme song. Yes, I do. I barrack for Geelong. Thank you, Carolyn Monkton, for understanding the actual genuine trauma I'm having right now at the thought of poor Bernard Murphy. $9,530. Stand up is what you have done, in fact. Metaphorically, I literally did it. $9,530 to support a wonderful program as part of Kids First. We will come back. We will come back to this one and see if there is anything further you might have that you might like to do. But so far, thank you for your enormous generosity. It's wonderful. All right. Now, we got very excited about mentoring mums earlier in the piece. Hopefully, if you did pledge earlier, you've got it in your hand and you're ready to go. The Mentor Mums in Seymour program that you heard from wonderful Lisa all about, their advocate is Jenny Grace. And Jenny Grace is about to join us right now to tell us why she supports mentoring mums in Seymour.
Thanks, Lisa. I started volunteering for Kids First in 2018, and since that time I've been paired with 3 different mums. Mentoring mums is a simple concept with a big impact. It's about shared stories and support, supporting mums in the home, adjusting to life with a baby when mums are often at their most vulnerable. For many mums, there's limited contact with anyone else. Sometimes it might just be the maternal health nurse. So when you're at home and unable to get out, for whatever reason, having a mum come to you to help you out, to chat to you about baby, share experiences, and hopefully get you and baby out and about in a supportive, non-confronting environment is an invaluable support for a mum. Sometimes mums have no means of transport. Kids First provides me with a child seat so that I can take a mum to the shops, to the library, or a park. Taking a baby out can be overwhelming for some mums, but this task is just a little bit more achievable if you've got someone with you. No one teaches you how to be a mother, and at an increasingly vulnerable time when you're often sent home from hospital within 24 hours, where's the support for mums? The support for mums has equal benefits for babies in terms of attachment, and we can teach mums how to do simple tasks with babies for them both to thrive. I truly believe that this program should be rolled out Australia-wide, but let's start with Seymour. And to see another great program get off the ground would be amazing. So I'd like to start the donations with $300 to support mentoring mums in Seymour.
Thank you, Jenny. That's hugely appreciated. A really wonderful start. To my hair's gone a little bit crazy. $600 is what that happens to that amount, as it is currently matched. Jackie Modern, thank you very much for holding on to your wonderful pledge of $100 that you pledged earlier. Paul says $50 for mentoring mums in Seymour. Love to the kids in the country. There's also, I'm just reading the wrong thing. Lisa, you are a great mentor and mum, an abundantly brilliant pitch. I pledge $250. Thank you, Cindy. That's lovely. Community helping community, says Aileen, $200. Thank you very much. Seymour needs all we can give, $100 from Kate Linton. Di says $150, please. Thank you very much. Nicole Artico, $200. Vish Herku, $50 for mentoring mum. Thank you, Vish. Delaney Watts says, thanks, Jenny. So very generous. Emily, $100 on behalf of Giraffe Consulting. Thank you very much. Beautiful words, Jenny says, Claire Lombardi. Great. Karen says $50, awesome cause. Mums are amazing. Wendy Brooks and Partners, $200. Thank you very much, Wendy Brooks and Partners. $30, thanks, says Annie. $200 from Deborah O'Connor. A terrific program is what Deborah would like to say. John and Jenny Sylvester, very happy to pledge $200 to mentoring mums as well. Very valuable program. $200 from Morty and Nikki Bromberg. Thank you to the two of you. $150 from the Hunter Stoltz household. Another cool household hanging out together, doing great things. $150. Thank you very much. $50 for mentoring mums from Margaret Farquharson. Thank you, Margaret. Annette Madvig, $100. Current value, US, $605. John Rimmer will donate. I don't even know how to say it. Ethereum, is that what it is? So that's $605 from John Rimmer because he's going to sell one Ethereum. Says John or Sandy, it doesn't matter because they have become one when true love shines through. Anita Sharma says $100 for mentoring mums. Thank you very much. $50 from Leanne Rodriguez. Thank you. Robin McNichol, $100. Erica is $100. That's coming through the guise of Eric. James says $150 and shout out to all the mums. Very good. $50 for mentoring mums from Kerry Aldridge. Thank you. Sue Meredith says $300 please from me to you. Fantastic. Barb Dennis has said also $500 please to put toward mentoring mums. That takes our total to $7,135, which feels good. Therese Johnstone, $50 for MM. Leonie McNichol, $100 for Cheryl Patton. Thank you very much, Cheryl. Seymour District Charitable Fund will give $500 if that can be matched. That could be 5 hundreds or one $500. I've got a pen. I'm ready to take some notes. Let's say here, roll out nationally, please. $200 from Bron. Love the sound of the volunteers supporting mums and bubs. Wonderful. Alexander Parks, $200. The Seymour District Charitable Fund is looking for some matches to their donations. Tracy Trindle, $200 and in memory of Michelle. Thank you very much, Tracy. $100 from Paul and Jeanette Fine. Casey says, we'll match Seymour District's challenge with $100. I'm very good at adding that when I've got a pen. Melissa McNabb, $100. Amazing. Thank you very much. I'm going to match the Seymour District Charitable, says the real Sandy Forbes, which is so good to see. Thanks, Casey. Thanks, Sandy. That's $200. We just need, Jaden, $100. Thank you very much. That's $300. Will, Zach and Noah, $200. Will, Zach and Noah for MM. Thank you very much to the three of you for that wonderful contribution. Pradeep Kumar is $100. Thank you very much. $70 to $5 for an amazing program for another great family on the block, the Black family. Thank you very much. Sarah and Ross say $100 from us. I'm going to add that on if that's the right thing to do. So that's taking us to $9,360 for mentoring mums. Bernard Murphy will put in $500 in funds if that can be matched. I think it can be. I believe in this. $50 from Denise, Josh, and Daisy Forbes. Good on you, Forbes. Fantastic. We need a $100 match. We need a match for Bernard Murphy, who has to sing a horrible song on New Year's Eve. Have a think about that for a second. And we're at an awkward but wonderful dollar amount here for mentoring mums. $9,910. $100 on for Anita and Shangzhou for mentoring mums. Thank you, Anita. And we just need one more $100 to complete the Seymour District. $150 from the McGee family. Thank you, Davin. Yes, we'll take that from Anita. So we've got the $500. That's great. But Brendan, Bernard Murphy. Jennifer, thank you, Jennifer. $100 as well. $10,260. It's a lot of bucks. But Bernard Murphy is still looking for that $500 match that's going to make everything feel like it's okay. Take a deep breath, and we wonder about that, whether there's any more cash in those coffers. Smithy, Kaiser will match Bernard Murphy for $500. Thank you. Seymour District Charitable Fund will give half of what the Murph wants. It's kind of already happened. Does that mean that still counts? Surely it does. Yes, $11,010. I don't need to tell you that that is some awkward figures there, but wonderful, incredible. That's okay, says Carolyn, on behalf of Seymour District Charitable Fund. What a great thing to be. Claire Lombardi is putting up capital Kaiser, not Kaiser, says Smithy. Kaiser, correct? Kaiser. There we go. Making sure it's a hard one, and I've apologies for mispronunciations right across the board because they have happened a lot. $11,010 is where we are at. We feel good. It feels so good. It could feel better if it was more even, but that's just me. It feels fantastic. Mentoring Mums, a brilliant program. Lisa, a wonder. a wonderful presentation this evening. It is 10 to 7. It's a great time. I'm going to sit here quietly and wonder if there is, oh, Eric. No, it's from Sia, $90, which is so cool. Thank you very much. $11,100 feels fantastic. Thank you very much, Eric. Oh, Sia, really appreciate it this evening. So good. Sitting here quietly, but I feel like we may have come to a natural moment of pause, and that's good. Okay, I'm feeling that. I'm feeling you and your silence now grandly. It's an incredible, oh, hang on. I will add $10 to Sia's. Thank you very much. $11,110. It's very good. Let's have a look at where, oh, hang on. Peter Gerund is $50, please. Thank you very much. $11,160. Jessica Keats says, actually, I'm going to add to that with another 50. $11,210. It gets exciting here at the end. Okay. Again, the silence. I'm ready for it. I'm ready to show you how we have gone with each of our programs. Sensory Kids, Stand Up, and Mentoring Mums. Oh, it's very good. $9,300 for Sensory Kids, $9,530 for Stand Up, and $11,210 for Mentoring Mums. What we do at this point is just do a really quick, we go back and we do another round. So please feel very open to pledge any amount that you have. Be wonderful to maybe just bolster them slightly. Let's go for our sensory kits right now. And we heard from the wonderful Kathy Mendes earlier in the evening. Such an inspiring presentation, such an inspiring amount of work that is being done. Such a great answer to a problem. So it's, as Julie has said here, over $30,000 that we've raised together over 1 hour and 12 minutes. But let's make that a tiny little bit more if there's any more that you feel like you can give to any of these. Now we are looking at sensory kits. If there is any more amount for that, that would be really wonderful. Sensory kits this evening. Kristen Lark says, well, indeed, $100. Thank you very much, Kristen Lark. That's $9,400. Thank you very much. It'd be lovely if it was like even in some way, shape or form. Just a few more moments on sensory kits to see if there's any further amount. Margaret, thank you for your generosity all evening. It says $50 for sensory kits. Thank you. Keeza, $500 from Keeza for sensory kits. That's wonderful. Julie says, I'll do another 100 if Jacinta has a well-deserved glass of bubbles. I've only got water bubbles today, but they're bubbles. They look, I'll show you really close. I'd love the other type. $10,050 is what we've done. I'll put in another $100 for sensory kits. Thank you, Katie. Fantastic. $10,150 as I thought, which is just brilliant. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Wonderful. $10,150 sensory kits. Are we all done? And are we all silent? It feels like we might be. But, oh, what a brilliant evening. And again, just that togetherness. It's an incredible thing to do. I can feel Kath just, in there, excited. All right, let's move. Oh, Eileen says $50, just because, of course. That's very nice. $10,200. Thank you very much, Eileen. Aileen, great to have you here. All right, let's now move to a second round for Stand Up, currently at $9,530. From my mum, Shirley, says Andrea, $100. Andrea, is that for Stand Up? I believe it must be. Very good. We're at $9,630. Thank you very much. Erica has come back to the party and has said, please, $100 from me. Erica's had all the fun. It's time to recognize Erica's role in a happy world. Very good. Fantastic. $9,730 for Stand Up. We're at that really great tipping point of it being a wonderful round number that will do a lot of fantastic work. We heard Tom speak about what it would mean to have some support to create an app so that this program can be given to a lot more people. Tony Smithy, from Keyser, $500. Thank you very much. Fantastic. $10,230. Alan at Supporter Hub, $89 for Stand Up. And I think John Rimmer is having trouble right now speaking for Sandy. Something has happened. Sandy and I will, are they his final words? We'll soon find out if there is. There's more. Sandy and I will put in another $500 if someone matches. 100 more for Stand Up as well from Simon Hutchings. You're breaking the rules, Simon, but we'll take them for now, won't we? It's very confusing. But we're currently focused. No, we're on Stand Up, aren't we? Is that what we're doing? We are doing Stand Up. Can I have confirmation? Stand Up, that's right. We're at Stand Up. 32,329. I don't know what has happened to me. I apologize. We're on Stand Up. $10,919 it's been a long week, I think. We're very excited here living in Victoria. Too much has gone on. $10,919. Incredible. But Sandy and John and Sandy is now how we will understand them, are going to do $500, but they need a match. Is there a match for Stand Up? Is there a match for Sandy and Sandy? Bernard Murphy will match 200 of Sandy and John's. Lovely, Bernard, for you to I really do need those bubbles. I do. Fantastic. So we just need another $300 to make sure that Sandy and John and the unity and the togetherness will be strong for a long time. Just $300. $11,119 for Stand Up is incredible. But if there was just a small amount more, Claire, I feel terrible. Sorry about that. I had a moment. Andrea Heffernan says $100. Thank you, Andrea. $11,219 for Stand Up. We are on Stand Up. We certainly are. Where's it? We need another. I can squeeze another $50 from my kids in the Hunter Stoltz house. Good on you, Lisa, and good on you, kids. The Hunter Stoltz kids are well-known givers. Good on you, kids. We salute you and we thank you. We've got some quirky numbers. Are you there, Brad Cunningham? I'll just keep staring at you, Brad. We're looking at you, Brad. Leonie McNichol has called you out and wondered if you were there. Perhaps Brad isn't. We'll never know unless Brad speaks. Or is Brad Sandy Forbes? Aileen says $100 to match Sandy and John. Thank you. And I think we just need one more and they can breathe out again because there's been a lot of pressure building in the Sandy Forbes household. 11,369 is like a 2 thumbs up kind of night. Yes, Julie, you can do another $1 to round up. Just can't sleep with the odd numbers, and we know that we need Julie at her fighting fittest. So let's do that. $11,370. I am with you, Julie. Thank you so much for making that round. We're very close to feeling an amount of peace here. We're so close, $11,370. $30 to fully round it up, says Carolyn Monkton. Yes, we all have strong feelings and we recognize them and we are with you. $11,400 looks really good. It would look better in another way if it was $12,000. $11,400 is fantastic. Leonie will match Sandy and John for another $100. Thank you, Leonie. Macca, as we call you, McNichol, Leonie McNichol, $11,500. Thank you, Sandy and John, for that prompt, and it was received very well. We've got the 500. Very good. Bernadette says $50, please. And we say thank you, Bernadette. Wonderful. $11,550. Collective fundraising, putting money together and making it look that wonderful is what we love to do. $11,550 for Stand Up. Congratulations. What a really wonderful way to spend a Tuesday evening. Thank you. I think we are at that point. Alex is very excited, Bernadette. Thank you very much. Okay, let's move on to mentoring mums. I had moved on in another parallel universe about half an hour ago, but we're actually here right now, currently at $11,210. What are we going to do? It's a very good place, a very strong place to start. The beautiful Lisa spoke to us early and stole our hearts, inspired us, excited us. $11,210 is where we begin our second round, but where will it end? Only you know. In that parallel universe that I'm in, I already know what happens with mentoring mums. I might have a quick drink of my water bubbles right now while your pledges come flooding in. I'll look away for a second and see what happens. I turn back and look at what Marsha's done. Thank you, Marsha, very much, or Marcia, possibly. Marcia Scott, $50, please. Thank you very much. $11,260. Just a few more moments. If you have anything more that you would like to pledge for mentoring mums, of course, that is incredible. But it's really good to have another opportunity to go, you know what, that program is all the things I believe in. And so I'm going to dig a bit deeper. $11,260, mentoring mums. Are very, very grateful is what we will hear and understand. Okay, fantastic. I think that's it. Oh, hang on. The Seymour District Charitable Fund gives another $250, which takes us to an amazing amount of $11,510. Thank you, Seymour District Charitable Fund. What a great thing. Yes, wonderful. Thank you very much. And thank you so much for demonstrating. Oh, hang on. This is what happened. Sue says, great program. I'm sure it must make a big difference. $200. Thank you, Sue. Bernard and Leonie. Oh, because you're together. $250. Thank you very much. Di says 100. A flurry at the end there, which has tipped us over the $12,000 mark, which is, I know, going to be incredible. $50, and I can't wait to see this program launched in Seymour, says Claire Lombardi. Thank you. Sonia, what were you all doing? Sonia Nicolazzo, thank you very much. $100. Great to see. A wonderful pledge. Fantastic. $12,210. Little shock to our system. A wonderful sort of shock. The sort of shock you love. That's fantastic. Very, very good. Okay, are you done now? Will I just look out the corner of my eye just in case? Anna Black, the wonderful Blacks. $25 top up, thank you. And that takes us to a beautiful amount. $12,260. That's right. My maths is there. Is that right? Did we add that one already? Perhaps we did, and I wasn't watching. So 12,235. Thank you. Incredible. So what we are actually going to do now, which is the most fun part of the evening, is we've imagined them screaming in their lounge rooms and dancing and drinking perhaps real bubbles. We're going to ask each of the presenters to come up and share with us what impact your support will have on their program. First of all, we'd like to welcome back Kathy Mendes. She's coming. I can feel Kathy Mendes returning to the screen any moment. maybe too excited. Maybe her hands have sweated up. There she is.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm actually speechless. I can't thank enough our donors. This Your donations will help families with kids who are going through tough times, and families therefore also going through tough times because of kids having emotional and behavioral issues, to get through their days a little bit easier. Like I told you before, we will be able to give them some sort of tiny tools, not very expensive, but small tools they can use every day to when they have issues, emotional issues, or any behavioral issues. They can turn to these small items, small tools to relax somehow, a little bit at least. Every day they're going through these same emotions. So these small things will really help them get through days very easily. I can tell you what they call tough days are never like what we call tough days. Nothing like that. Their tough days are really, really tough. So thank you very much for all our donors. I can't thank you enough. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you.
Well, we thank you from the bottom of our heart, and thank you for your inspiration, and thank you for your wonderful presentation. And we can't wait to know more about what the work that you are doing with those sensory kits. A really great result. Now it's really exciting to say if we could welcome back Thomas Gould, who of course spoke to us earlier in the evening about Stand Up, a wonderful program that they're hoping to make into an app that can get rolled out to a far more broad community that needs it. Thomas, well done.
Just wanted to say thank you so much to everyone who got online and was happy to support and fund, I guess, the work we're doing with all the programs in our schools. I guess, as my advocate Tony said, the work we do in the classroom and hopefully through an app, these are all kind of things that we're really hoping moving forward we're going to be able to spread out into every school. I mean, every school in their curriculum needs this kind of work. There's a big gap in the healthy, respectful relationship packages within schools, which doesn't kind of cover sexual exploitation, unhealthy relationships, and grooming. And, I guess the more funding that we're able to raise and the more awareness we're able to I guess, bring to this really scary area can kind of really help us get to more schools. So thank you so much for the opportunity to kind of get some extra funding to help with the app, with spreading our message. I mean, I guess the way we see it is for every young person we do see and every young person we do talk to, that could be the difference between somebody experiencing sexual exploitation. And I guess when we look at it like that, and for every young person we talk to, it could mean that they could stand up for a friend or someone they know. And breaking down that stigma is one of the most important things around this whole entire really serious issue. So thank you everyone who took some time out tonight. I know it's getting a bit late and it is dinner time, but thank you for sticking through and pledging away. It means the world to all of us, and to, I guess, everyone in our field and everyone we speak to see the people out there actually see and understand how serious this issue is and are willing to stand up and hopefully have a change for their kids and their kids' kids, really. Thanks, everyone.
And again, no, thank you, Tom. It was just so wonderful to hear about your work, and let's fingers crossed that $11,550 can go a great way to enhancing it and ensuring that it goes as far as it possibly can. And now very excited to welcome back Lisa Ferguson, who spoke to us about one of the great programs being run in Seymour, mentoring mums. $12,250 was raised. Lisa!
Thank you. I just want to say I'm so eternally grateful for everyone that pledged to this wonderful program, and it means so much to myself for this program to roll out for the vulnerable mums that we do have in Seymour, and let's see the children's lives improved. Thank you so much.
And again, thank you. We're excited to see what you will do with your work and with that amount of money today that we have raised together, $12,250, a total, thanks to Jaden earlier. He added in an extra $15 to take us up to a very, very exciting $34,000 in total raised for Kids First. Now, the team from Kids First will follow up with you regarding your pledge payment. They're also going to send you a link to tonight's stream so you can share it with your networks and encourage other people to support as well. The team is going to be updating you on the impact of your support over the coming weeks and months. Thank you again to our presenting partner and our event supporters, CURIO and our very own, as well as everyone who contributed tonight. It was so much fun to meet you all virtually, but it does actually feel like we're together in the same room, doesn't it, in a very strange and wonderful way. Until we meet again, thank you so much for your time, your generosity, and your support. Please stay safe and have a great evening, and hopefully we'll see you at another TFN event sometime soon.